What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 66, and today we have three massive games with St Johnstone in one of the biggest episodes of the series, if not the biggest episode of the series, as we take on Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge first, then Bayer Leverkusen away in Germany in the penultimate Champions League group stage game of the group, and then Manchester City at home as well, McDermott Park, to end the episode off too. Three huge games in the Premier League and the Champions League as well, and if we're to really consider ourselves as potential title contenders, we have to win at least one of these two games in the league, and if we want to qualify for the knockout stage of Europe, we need to win this game as well. So three huge games. Can we get three big wins? Let's find out. And just before our first game against Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, I'll show you on the screen right now our two international friendlies. We beat both Canada and Czech Republic with the simulations, so that was a nice way to bounce back after two losses to Italy and Germany. And now as we go into the first game against Chelsea, this is huge. We're away against the league leaders Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And again, taking on both Chelsea and City today, both of the two teams ahead of us right now. These are two huge games, and we can't afford to lose either of them. And I would say we need to win at the very least, one of these games if we are to consider ourselves serious title challengers. So come on, St Johnstone, first of the big three games today. Can we get the win? Let's hope so. Come on, St Johnstone, we need a big win here. Good tackle by Barry there, and Dougie finds Hamilton. Good turn by the ginger nut through towards Tony. What first chance could come to us early as Burke is running through. Courtois got caught in no man's land, and Oliver Burke punishes him. What a start for St Johnstone. 6 minutes in, and already we lead at Stamford Bridge. Ollie Burke fires us in front, and what an important goal. Tony rolls the ball through to him, and Courtois comes out there, realises he's not going to make it on time against the speedster, so backtracks. And Oliver Burke puts his laces through the ball, strokes it into the bottom corner, and makes it Chelsea 0, St Johnstone 1. These are the games we need to win if we are to be serious title contenders. And what a start. We lead already. Oliver Burke. Well, he chips in with a goal here and there, Oliver Burke. He's such an important player for club and country, and that is an absolutely massive goal already early on in this season. Here's Rob through towards Tony, and Tony will play that wide towards Ewan, and we could possibly try and make it 2-0 here. McDonald through towards Fraser. What a start to the game here. Fraser inside towards Tony, and Courtois denies him at the near post. Big save by the Belgian. It's still 1-0 to the Sainties, but Chelsea are rocking early as we go in search of a second goal. McDonald wins it back off Matic. Now Fraser through the gap towards Rob Hamilton, and Hamilton will wait for Fraser to run round the outside. There we go. Fraser on the ball, will stroke it inside towards Ewan. McDonald, surely, oh, it's into the side netting from Ewan. We could be 2 or 3 goals up right now, 33 minutes in, but at least we still lead. What a first half this has been. So second half begins, we still lead by 1, and to be fair, should be at least a couple of goals up with so many good chances in the first half, but we won't really mind how many goals we win by, as long as we do hold on to these 3 points. So maybe a chance here directly from kickoff here in the second half as Chelsea surrender possession. McDonald is through here, Tony's the dummy runner, Ewan takes it all himself, still Ewan McDonald, what a run. Courtois saves the shot though, and Callas gets it clear. Ewan McDonald used Tony as a dummy runner, and almost took it all the way to get his 4th goal of the year, or 5th goal I should say, but it's still 1-0, and now Chelsea are through from the break. Riyad Mahrez storming forward, drills it in, and the shot by Batshuayi is blocked by Kirk Taylor, and it's still 1-0. Chelsea, however, are going in search of that equalising goal, and from the corner it's not fully dealt with. Mikel goes for goal on the volley. Oh, well, I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. John Obi Mikel has just made it 1-1, and this is a guy who could not score for Toffee in several years for Chelsea. That's the second goal he scored against me in this series. And that is just, I mean, that is amazing. I mean, that is a contender for one of the best goals the Premier League's ever seen. And it comes from John Obi Mikel, of all players. Chests the ball, scissor kicks it in with a weaker left foot into the top corner as it hits the post and goes in. Logan Reed has no chance. Conte can't believe it. I don't think a single person in the stands can believe it. 1-1. That's just absurd. Well, that is gutting. Final score at Stamford Bridge, 1-1. And we dropped 2 points due to a stupendously splendid goal. Stupendously? Really? Cut to the stats. It was a great goal, let's be honest here, but it's really annoyed me because, I mean, come on, man, seriously. I know that career mode shouldn't be taken seriously in the realms of realism, and I don't play for realism, I know, so I shouldn't be complaining about it, but still, John Obi Mikel producing that moment of magic, unbelievable, right? But still, we should have won this game. We had the chances, plenty of it in the first half too, but just couldn't get the composure right, and in the end, dropped 2 massive points here. This would have been a huge win, and in the end, it's a very disappointing draw. So after that bitterly disappointing draw against Chelsea, we now have to dust ourselves off as we go into the second game of today's episode, which is another absolutely massive one. We take on Leverkusen away in Germany in the penultimate Champions League group stage game, where a win will send us top of the group and guarantee qualification to the knockout stages with a game to spare. But a loss and things could be disastrous, as it may mean that going into the final game we may require a win in order to qualify. So it's a huge game, this one. We need to come through and get a big 3 points, or at the very least a point. Can we get the win though? Come on, St. Johnston. Let's bounce back and get a big 3 points here. Duncan Smith through towards Tony. What a great through ball towards McBurney, who scored in the last Champions League game against Atletico, and he could be through here to score. Yes, get in. Oliver McBurney with 2-2 in the Champions League. A couple of massive goals, and we lead 15 minutes in, and this game, if we do win, will send us through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. Tony, what, with 2 assists in 2 games as well. Not bad for last year's Golden Boot winner in the Premier League. Brilliant ball through towards his strike partner for the night, Oliver McBurney. A great finish. He wanted to start in the Chelsea game. I don't know where I'll show you the emails or not, but I left him on the bench. But I'm glad I started in this game because he's fresh for it, he's up for it, and he's fighting, and he's scoring goals. Great stuff. Kevin Campbell for Bayer Leverkusen, shut down. They'll find Al-Sharani, and away go the Germans down this right-hand side with Bellarabi on the ball, and Bellarabi forced backwards, but Tar plays a good ball through, but Kingsley is there to intercept. Well done. Now Smith through towards Gray, in towards Ryan Christie. Christie out wide towards McBurney, the goal scorer, and maybe a chance here for our second goal. McBurney does really well there, finds Duncan Smith through to Shane Gray. Gray to Patterson, shooting space, but instead he'll play it out wide towards Burke, who'll keep the ball in play and cross one to the far post where McBurney's getting up. It's down towards Christie. He'll drop to him on the second attempt, and Ryan Christie makes it 2 for St. Johnston, and 2 of our 3 new signings for Season 4 have scored 2 massive goals in Game 5 of the Champions League group stage. A little bit lucky that one, but we will take it. Al-Sharani couldn't get it clear, and Ryan Christie seemed to kick the ball into his torso, and then half volley in the second attempt. Ryan Christie's, I think, first goal for the club sees us take a 2-goal advantage. What a massive first half in a massive game. Here's Luciano Vietto for Leverkusen, good ball to the middle, and Campbell heads it over the bar. That's genuinely been their only chance of the game, and Kevin Campbell heads it way off target. Robertson sends Patterson down the right hand side here. Good first touch, and now we can wrap the points up here later on. Patterson storms in the box. I need someone at the far post, or Patterson will give it towards Graham, and Leno makes a really good save. I'll be honest here, I was quite selfish. I wanted to let Alistair Graham score again, get his second goal for the club. Great save by Leno though, but it's still 2-0 to St. Johnston, and really we have been a far superior side and much deserve these 3 points. And there it is, it's all over in Germany, and it will not matter what Atletico have done in Russia, because Leverkusen and Atletico play one another in the final group stage game. We have guaranteed a place in the knockout stages of the Champions League. Alright then, so it's time for our third and final game of today's episode, and it's been a massive episode today of 3 huge games, and this one is just as big as the first 2. We play host to Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City side, as it's a 3rd versus 2nd battle here at McDermott Park, as we try and extend our undefeated streak and hopefully get another big 3 points here to go along with the ones we just got against Bayer Leverkusen. So a big game. Can we get another big 3 points? Let's hope so. Come on, the Sainties. We need to get a win if we are to consider ourselves serious title contenders. So early free kick for St. Johnston. Dougie Reid is going to take it. Needs a good delivery here to help hopefully see someone get a head on the ball, and Fraser does as well. Oh, he scored! Ryan Fraser has scored a header. Ryan Fraser has scored a header. St. Johnston 1, Manchester City 0. He's one of the smallest players players on the pitch, and he's headed us into a 1-goal lead against Pep's boys. Dougie Reid's free kick, I said a minute ago, needed to be a good delivery. It was, but Ryan Fraser's header loops over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. I can't believe that. You know, he is 5'4", Ryan Fraser, or maybe 5'5". I think it's 5'4" though. And that's extraordinary. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, seriously, Ryan Fraser has just headed in to make it 1-0 to St Johnstone. I want to see who he beat in the air as well. I'll have to watch that back on the replay. That's unbelievable. Still, chance for City to equalise instantly. Raheem Sterling on the ball, and a former Liverpool man is trying to find space to cross. He fizzes one in, and Fraser has... Oh, he's given away a penalty. What an event for 11 minutes for Ryan Fraser. He scored a header and now giving away a penalty brings down a number 29. I mean, I must say, I don't think that's a penalty at all. I can't believe that's being given. Wow, we've had a bad refereeing decision a couple of games ago with Barry getting a red card. I think that one's just as bad. I can't believe that's a spot kick still. Sterling has the chance to put City back on level terms. Logan Reid will try and put him off, and oh well, he went the right way, but it sneaks underneath his body. Sterling scores, it's 1-1, and I gotta say, I think that's a huge piece of bad luck right there. Here's Thierry Ambrose for City. Oh, don't you dare. You must be choking. Oh, thank God Fernando fires it just wide the post. I swear there are some seasons you play where it just seems predetermined. You're not allowed to finish any higher than EA want you to. I mean, seriously, some of the ridiculous things we saw last season with so many games where we threw away points in stoppage time. We conceded like 7 goals in stoppage time but that prevented us from either winning or drawing. And in this season as well, some seriously bad refereeing decisions and things like this going on. Bratan receives the ball, it's still 1-1, but this has been a bizarre start to the game as we're still on level terms. But here's Sterling turning inside, cross comes in, and the header by Thierry Ambrose. Club and country legend from Season 2 has now scored a big goal against us in Club and Country Season 3. This is mental. Well, you are being treated to one of the most bizarre episodes of the series, and Ambrose heads it past Logan Reid, who, I mean, maybe he could be doing a little bit better there, but I think he was going the other direction and then couldn't readjust his body on time. City have come from a goal down to lead by 2-1, all in the space of 29 minutes, and I'm absolutely gutted, man. Seriously, this would have been a huge result for us how we held on for the win, but instead we now find ourselves trailing not even half an hour into the game. Come on, St Johnstone, we need a ball back right now, but Fernando finds Sterling down the left, and this spells trouble. Raheem Sterling on the ball will try and turn his man and find Fernando through towards Clichy. Good tackle by Rob, and now a chance on the break. Let's go. Come on, a 2-on-3. It's not in our favour, but still, we have numbers coming forward now. McDonald to Burke. Good first touch by Ollie. Down the right-hand side. I'll float one to the back stick where Tony's getting in, and he heads it over the bar. Season 3, Tony would finish that one and celebrate before the ball hits the back of the net, but this year he's just not as deadly. Come on, St Johnstone, 25 minutes to go. We need a goal. Sterling across towards De Bruyne. Good ball inside, and the shot comes into the bottom corner from the boy that won the penalty. It's Moy who's made it 3-1, and that will do it. City are going to claim a priceless win so early on in the season, and look at how routine this is. I mean, seriously, the goal came from a throw-in. It's 3-1 to City. It's not good for us, and I think this game is proving that as much as I want to believe we are, we're simply not title contenders yet. You know, there's still a long way to go in the series. I've said it every single season. We still have so much more to prove before we take that extra step in order for us to win some silverware. Oh, late chance of the City to get a 4th goal, and they would have done so as well had it not been for a miraculous save by Logan Reid. But that will do it, and there is the final score. St Johnstone 1, Manchester City 3. And I'm not going to be defeatist and say we're out of the title race so early on in the season, but this is a significant blow. And to think we were leading as well just 10 minutes in is the worst part about it all. Still, 3-1 the final score, a big loss. And again, I don't think we're there just yet. And that will end today's episode of Club and Country as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and they really help the channel grow as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.